Hey guys, this is Valerie Van Boeven. This is video 1 of our 4 video series. And we're going to go a little bit more in depth on each of the things that we have talked about previously. Hopefully you've seen that master class video and you've been with us on a master class, and if you are at least seen the replay. So video 1, we're going to go a little bit more in depth on some of these issues. So video 1 is showing that you identify with the potential client's needs, fears, anxiety, and reservations about starting home care services. So before I even get into this, and you can see my slide here, but I want to just give you an example. Have you ever called a business and the person who answered, and you need maybe a plumber, a roofer, a lawyer, whatever you need, and you call there and the person who answers the phone obviously does not care. Hello, they don't even tell you their name, they don't slow down, so a lot of us have experienced that, and it really makes you think, even if it's for a plumbing issue, even if it's for someone who's going to groom your dog, if they answer the phone and they act like they don't care right off the bat, you're kind of turned off a little bit, and you're hoping that conversation gets a little better. So what I want to say right off the bat, before anything else, the most important person in your business is the person who is answering your phones every day. If they don't have an ounce of compassion or caring, if they're not willing to slow down, say their name, talk with the person who's on the phone, who's probably, if it's not a current employee or someone looking for a job, the person who is calling is probably emotionally a little upset, overwhelmed by their current situation. So the first person in your marketing arsenal is going to be the person who answers the phone in your business. And that could be you right now, or you may have 2 or 3 people who answer the phone. Listen to those phone calls and find out how that sounds. Have someone else in your organization listen to those phone calls and ask them their opinion. Have your mom listen to their phone calls and ask her opinion, or somebody who's a senior. What would you think if you called this business and this is how the phone was answered? They either will be super pleased or maybe a little put off. And here we are talking about someone who's looking for a human person to take care of their family member. So the first person who answers the phone in your business needs to be compassionate. They need to slow down and talk with authority, but with gentleness, and tell them that, you all can solve the problem, you can help. So the first thing I want to tell you is all about being truthful and being real. Yes, this is a business, and yes, you need to make money, and yes, you're busy, but you need to be honest with that person who's on the other end of the phone call or who you're sitting in front of, but be honest with dignity about their current situation. We don't want to scare people. We don't want to turn people off. We don't want to give them all the doom and gloom that we know might be happening or coming down their way. We need to give them some sense of hope, some sense of relief. And so that's really important. So be honest, but with dignity about their current situation. Be real about their options. So their options may include your services. There may be other options. Feel free to discuss all of them. Be the resource for that person. Tell them what assisted living is, what nursing home care might entail, what the options are. It's okay to be real. They want to keep their senior at home, but be real about what the other options might be. And be real about what the future potentially brings without being too negative. So you want to, help them understand that the person that needs care may need even more care in the future. But we don't want to go down this road again of doom and gloom. Just be real about what the potentials are for the future and how you, as a home care provider, can help. Or if you're assisted living, or if you're nursing home care, or if you're an elder law attorney, whoever you are, be real about what the future potentially brings without being negative or scary. But also tell them how you can help them solve that problem or rise to those challenges as they come along. And this is the part that I think is even more important. Well, not more important maybe, but just as important, because oftentimes the people you're talking on the phone with or the people you're sitting in front of saw you or heard about you on the internet, or they were referred to you and then they went and looked on the internet to learn more about you in your business. So you need to be the author of written content. And by that I mean articles and blog posts. And if you don't have the time to write them, hire someone like LTC Expert Publications who can write them for you. We're talking educational content. We're talking, holiday specific and time of year and stuff that's specific to the area that you live and work in. So be the author of written content about senior care, elder care, home care. Be the author of educational videos. Now, you don't have to be in the videos, but you need to have videos so that people out there know that you guys have taken the time to create all this amazing content, that you're trying to educate, that you're reaching out and telling people, well, what does light housekeeping really mean? Or what does light laundry really entail? Or how much transportation can my caregiver provide my senior parent? When you answer those questions in the form of video, you become the authority. And be engaged in community outreach. So no matter what happens online, you need to make sure you're shaking hands and looking people in the eye and attending those community outreach events, whether it's a senior fair, something you host, co-host, sponsor, co-sponsor. Whatever you're doing out in the community, you need to make sure you have some involvement every single month in those activities. And then you need to be engaged with social media. And later on, we're going to talk about combining your online and offline marketing, but you need to get on that social media and you need to reach out. You need to be present. Don't tell me that you don't know what Facebook is or you're not a Facebook user. Become a Facebook user. Become a LinkedIn user. Do it. Learn about it. Be a marketer, and if you can't do it, hire somebody who can, or look to some of your younger folks in your office staff and say, how can we do this better? You're on Facebook all day long. What do you know about, do something. You staying stuck and not engaging is not an option. So you want to be honest, be real about the options, be real about what the future holds, write content or have it written for you. Be the author of educational videos, engage in community outreach, and engage with social media. Be truthful and real. Tell your story. People love to know why you got in the business and how heart-wrenching it was to see your mother not get the care that you thought she deserved. And that's why you started your own home care agency or assisted living facility or whatever you're doing out there. So make sure you tell your story and be real. The people that are coming to you want to know if you understand them. Do you get it? Do you know how overwhelmed I am, how stressed out I am, that this is really expensive? And we just now found out that Medicare doesn't pay for private duty home care. Do you understand how horrible that makes me feel? Because I don't know if we can afford it. I don't know if mom can afford it. We haven't even looked into it. We thought Medicare paid for everything or her insurance paid for everything. And I'm just finding out that none of this is paid for and we really need some help. I can't leave her at home all day. I don't want to put her in a nursing home. I don't want her to have to move to assisted living just yet. Do you understand me and do you get me in my experience? I'm having a really hard time right now and I need help. So how can you make sure that folks out there know that you understand their experience and you understand where they're coming from? These adult children of aging parents, let's say that the typical persona is somebody that's a female, age 40 and up, who has an aging mother or father or in-laws who are aging, and she needs help trying to get them taken care of while she works full-time and is taking Johnny and Susie to soccer and basketball and all the other things that are going on. So one of the ways that you can make sure that happens is through blog post content. I just talked about that. Through the calls to action on your website, through videos, through company news, through authorship. And authorship doesn't have to be on your website. It can be on other websites that are local to you, that are elder care in nature, through your e-newsletter. So important to have a monthly newsletter. It doesn't have to be amazing. It just needs to happen. People want want to know more about you. They want to know where your content is. Not everybody's going to go right to your website every single time you put a blog post up. Not everybody's going to see your Facebook. But if you email them your monthly newsletter, they will see that if you have their email address. Community outreach, again, so important. And again, social media. Show people in your local area through all these different ways that you understand them, you get them in their experience. And you know what? When they talk to you on the phone, they will already know that you're an authority, you're a leader, and you're an expert in senior care issues. And that's exactly how you want to position yourself every time that phone rings. You want to make sure they know that you are out there, you understand. So online visibility. Everybody needs to be a rock star when they're trying to get to that place where there is more authority and you established your expertise. You are the expert. I don't care if you've been in the home care business for a day or you've been in the home care business for 10 years. You are the expert they're looking for answers. So your website, it needs to be updated, mobile responsive, search engine optimized. Stay away from those cheap and fly-by-night builder services like, I used this a million years ago, GoDaddy's website tonight. Don't do that. Have a professional appearance about your website. I'm not a fan of Wix. I'm not a fan of Weebly. And it's because if you read the fine print, you don't own that website and you don't own that content. So you have to be really careful with those services. You don't have to be fancy, but you need to have a website built with lead capture in mind. So in other words, as soon as they hit your website, they know you can solve their problem, and it's really easy to get a hold of you, either by phone or form. So your calls to action, you need to have all those calls to action, like, call today and, fill out our form. And that stuff needs to be really easy to find, not really tiny up in the top part of your website. Blog content, at least 2 times per week, if you can do it. 1 time a week would be the minimum. It needs to be unique. You can't copy that New York Times article, even though it's awesome, and put it on your own website. That is a copyright violation. So you can curate that content, but you cannot copy it. And if you're not sure what the difference there is, talk to us about what you need as far as content. We can do that. I need content that establishes you as the expert and authority. People already believe that because you own a home care business that you are the expert, but show them. Let them see your blog posts. Let them see your videos. Let them see all the things that you're doing outside in your community. They would have to be crazy not to do business with you once they see all of that. This stuff establishes trust, and of course your blog content needs to be search engine optimized because Google doesn't automatically know that you're an expert. And they don't know who the best expert is, but they do know that if you search engine optimize your content for your local area, you will show up before your competition. So make sure you have somebody who knows how to search engine optimize for home care. It's a different animal and it's very specific. Video content. I love these short videos. We're talking 1 minute, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, sometimes as short, if you're doing ads, as short as 12 seconds. You want about 2 of those a month. You want short, frequently asked questions style videos, or if you're doing some recruiting or if you're doing something that is some kind of specific promotion, you want them to be really super short and fabulous. They also establish you as the expert and the authority, and that establishes trust. And all this stuff doesn't have to cost $1 million. You can get these videos done pretty cheaply, and they can look really super nice in 1080 DPI, which means, HD on steroids. That's awesome stuff. So you want to make sure you have great video content that looks professional. Your social media content 5 times per week or a max of 2 times per day. You need to have memes, which are those cute little, I guess they're pictures with words on them. Sometimes they're a joke. Sometimes they're an inspirational message. You also want to have curated content, your own content coming from your website and your videos. Again, establishes you as the expert and the authority and establishes trust. I just talked about your newsletter. You got to have one, even if it's not super fancy. And trust me, ours are not super fancy, but when we send one out without fail every single month on behalf of our clients with their content that leads back to their website with all of their information, that increases their revenue by 10% over the course of a year. You need to have a nice automated newsletter. It does not have to be fancy, but it keeps your business top of mind, and that is so important. So, if it matches up, and if you want to schedule an appointment with us, we might invite you to become a client. I encourage you to do this. We've already talked about this before. We would love to have a free consultation with you, love to learn more about your business. My team is ready. We have appointments that are available about a week out. And no matter whether or not you do business with us, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, it'll be the best 30 minutes you'll ever spend getting some clarity about your business. So sign up for that 30-minute consultation. You will love it, and you'll have a lot more clarity. Again, even if you don't do business with us, this is a great way to know more about your business and where you should be headed next. And if we work together, you must be deeply committed to taking your home care business to the next level, and you must have the budget to work with us for at least 6 months. And you must have the willingness to learn and participate with us as a team. And if we work together, we'll put you in one of the same programs that all of our successful clients sign up for. We will expect you to fully engage with our team and participate with us over the next 6 months and beyond. We want your participation. This isn't a set it and forget it kind of a thing. We want you to be engaged. This is your marketing, your business, your success. Excuses are useless and results are priceless. I still love this one. And don't complain about the things you are not willing to change. So click on the link. You should be able to see that on this page, or there should be a little bar at the bottom underneath this video that says schedule an appointment to talk to us. Or you can go to ltcsocialmark.com/the word better. So ltcsocialmark.com/better, and watch for video number 2 coming right up. Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits, and talk to us today. All right, thanks. This is Valerie, and I will talk to you again in video number 2.